So whether you have been a guest of ours before or you are coming right now for your first time, we want to welcome you from everybody from the Wilma staff and tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing tonight. And basically what we're going to be doing tonight is celebrating these 35 women up here in front of us. So that's really what the night is around. We're built around you guys. Congratulations. Know that you are here because you have done so much hard work, not just this year, but throughout your entire careers. And so we build this event around you guys, but also as a celebration of all that hard work. And that's why all of your friends, colleagues, and families are here to celebrate with you. So congratulations, and we are going to learn more about them tonight. So the awards are actually part of Wilma's leadership initiative, which we started in 2015. So not only do we do our annual awards, which puts a spotlight on women across the region in a variety of fields, we also do a number of other programs that help develop more women leaders in our region. So that includes mentorship, that includes the Leadership Institute training, that includes just making connections like we're going to be doing tonight, and also just moving the needle so that this area in southeastern North Carolina can boast that it has the most powerful women in the state. So it's a very simple mission. We appreciate all of you being here tonight to help us with that. So to kick off the festivities, we are going to tell you a little bit more about the program, and we're also going to have a little bit about how we put on this program and the sponsors that support it so that we can have a fun event like tonight. And to do that, I'm going to introduce to the stage my ride or die, Maggie Apel.
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations to you all, the 2023 Women to Watch finalists and recipients. I'd like to take a moment. I'd like to ask you all to stand because you really need to be celebrated and recognized tonight. So please stand, finalists, and everyone, let's give you all a round of applause. You can sit. Welcome to now, you're part of the Women to Watch alumni pool, and there are, as Vicki said, 11 years of women that have been recognized and honored, and now you're a part of that club. So you've got a big responsibility, but you are doing amazing things, and we are just so thrilled to have you here tonight. So before we've got some, I'd like to take this moment. We have some people that we'd like to thank that helped make this event possible and the program possible. But first, I really want to thank Jamie Merrill, who is newly promoted to our events director. She's had the task of putting on this party and celebration for you all. So thank you, Jamie, for all your hard work. And also to the entire Wilma team, if you all could stand, we'd love to recognize you because this is really a team effort. And it takes all of us in the office, from sales to creative to, logistics and all of the things. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work. Another group tonight that we would like to recognize is the Women to Watch Advisory Board. So this board is made up of women that represent businesses that sponsor the leadership initiative overall. Vicki and Jamie and I meet with them on a quarterly basis to hear advice from them, feedback. We pitch ideas around other programs that we want to implement. So the advisory board is a big part of the programming, and we just want to recognize and thank each and every one of you. And lastly, but not least, is their sponsors. So sponsors of this program, of the Leadership Initiative, they support our program to allow us to hold these awards, plus the other programs that Vicki mentioned earlier. And we just hope that you all will recognize who these sponsors are and that you will support them in your everyday lives, both professionally and personally. So to recognize them, our founding sponsors are Cape Fear Community College, Live Oak Bank, PNC, and Wilmington Health. Our corporate sponsors include Cape Fear Public Utility Authority, Corning Incorporated, Customers Bank, Excite Credit Union, G. Hitachi, Genesis Block, New Hanover County Government, Encino, Rev Federal Credit Union, Shipman and Wright Attorneys at Law, Wilmington Chamber of Commerce, and the Wilmington International Airport. And then our supporter sponsors are made up of, I counted today, 68 small businesses and individuals who also contribute to the support of the programming. So thank you all very much. It's very meaningful, and we appreciate it. At this time, we're going to hear from two of our founding sponsors. We're going to hear from Kevin French at PNC Bank, and then following Kevin will be Christina Hallingsey from Cape Fear Community College.
Thank you, Maggie. Good evening. I am Kevin French, and I am a commercial banker here in Wilmington for PNC, and I'm very excited to be here to celebrate all y'all. PNC is proud to be a partner with Wilma Magazine for the last decade and grateful for the work we do together in the business community. As you may know, PNC has been a long-time advocate for growth across our company here in the Wilmington area and throughout North Carolina. We have a strong presence across the eastern North Carolina footprint alone, which enables us to deliver a comprehensive financial services through retail, mortgage, commercial banking, middle market banking, and of course, private banking. PNC has a strong commitment to the community, and we understand that strategic and meaningful investments we deploy in the community has a direct impact on economic development and builds quality of life. You may have seen us make investments right here in Wilmington with the Cameron Art Museum for the Boundless sculpture that sits on the new PNC USCT Park on their museum grounds. We also partnered with the Arts Council and provided support this past spring for the new mural at Bijou Park in downtown Wilmington. And in addition to ongoing support of the Partnership for Children of New Hanover on important early childhood education initiatives. We're proud of these partnerships in addition to many others. Diversity and inclusion is one of our core values at PNC, and we have a number of comprehensive women's initiatives internally for our employees as well as externally for our clients. Events like Women to Watch, in particular, that champion and elevate women as leaders is our priority. While it's important we take moments in time to honor accomplishments of women and hear stories that energize and inspire us, true leadership happens on the ground each and every day by everyone. So thank you to everyone in this room. It's a privilege to be a part of this amazing Wilmington community. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the incredible women who bring grace, intelligence, and endless expertise to every corner of our community. Tonight we celebrate the achievements of women who have shattered glass ceilings, broken molds, and repeatedly proven that strength knows no gender. As we applaud these exceptional women, let's remember that their success is proof of their determination, hard work, and a refusal to accept anything less than excellence. Now, I'll admit I'm a little biased, but women are exceptional human beings. On my over 35 years on this earth, I've made a few broad general observations about women that I'd like to share with you. The first one is, we have an innate ability to multitask. I've watched so many women effortlessly draft an email, schedule appointments, pack lunches, carry on conversations, and climb the corporate ladder and keep the family calendar all at the same time. It's truly a superpower. The second observation comes with a fair amount of testing on my part. Until now, I've worked primarily in male-dominated fields. And trust me when I say this, this observation is 100% on par. Women have this uncanny ability to locate anything. have you ever told your husband, male coworker, male friend, that something is located on the left shelf in the garage, second from the right? They come back in the house or they come back into the office and they are unable to locate that item. But it's frankly bizarre because when I walk out there and I look at the left shelf, second from the right, in the garage, it's magically there. It's like the world is telling us that we're supposed to be magicians. And the third one, for the sake of humanity, we should be very grateful that it's women and not our male counterparts who are tasked with the role of childbearing. When it comes to pain tolerance and tackling sickness, women are better and far less dramatic. This goes beyond just an observation. There's actually scientific research to prove this. In 2014, a study from the National Academy of Sciences confirmed that women are biologically better equipped to handle pain than men. But tonight is about celebrating the superpowers of women. Tonight is all about celebrating the incredible accomplishments of so many women in our community. Women who have dedicated their careers to public service, to education, and healthcare. Women who brighten our community through their artistic talents, and all women in between. Cape Fear Community College is proud to be a founding sponsor of Wilma's Women to Watch Leadership Initiative. At CFCC, we provide our students with an opportunity to develop skills, find a career path, advance an existing career, or sometimes even complete a court-assigned homework, like driving school. No matter the reason, educating community is always our top priority. Tonight, you're going to learn about some very inspiring women in our community. Let's use what we learned to become more engaged with our community and to invest our time and efforts into projects that truly make a difference. In our community and beyond, women are not just breaking barriers, but building bridges. Maybe not the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge, but you get where I'm going. Fostering understanding and creating a better future for all. Let's continue to support, empower, and uplift each other as we work together for the good. Thank you all for being here, and let's celebrate these amazing women.
Thank you, Kevin and Christina. Christina crushing it as always. I have a few other notes about what to add onto there, but I think we're going to send your speech to Josh, to your husband. So another unique of WOMA's Women to Watch Awards program, if you haven't joined us before, is that the actual award itself is something that ever since our very first year, we do something a little bit different than other awards programs, because our assumption is that you guys have a bunch of plaques, or you're going to have a bunch of plaques and a bunch of awards sitting on your desk, and as you accumulate them, we wanted to do something a little bit different that you can wear around town with pride. So to explain this a little bit, I just want to see, if you are a finalist of a previous Women to Watch Awards or winner, could you stand up briefly so we can recognize you? And if you're a winner, can you remain standing? So these winners know our award is actually an awards bracelet that we have custom designed each year by a different local artisan. And they make something, they put a lot of thought and effort into it, and they make something that's uniquely for you guys, for the winners for this year. And this year's designer is Lisa Brown, who is actually the public sector award winner in 2020, who ran our county's public pandemic response, and also does jewelry now. And so she designed a very special bracelet for you guys who will be the 7 category winners tonight. So like the Stanley Cup, this is the coveted bracelet. So we just wanted to share that a little bit with you. And tonight we'll be learning a little bit more about the finalists for each category and for the winners that we hope you all celebrate this evening. And first up will be the arts category that Maggie's going to introduce.
Thanks, Vicki. And I am going to introduce the Arts arts category first, but before I do that, we wanted to explain a little bit more about this year's awards process and what that looks like, and why are these 35 women sitting here tonight? Why are we recognizing all of you? Well, each year we do a call out for nominations and applications for women that are doing really cool, outstanding things in our community, and it's amazing the number of responses that we've received. This year we received 245 applications and nominations, and in 7 different categories, right? So out of those 245 applications and nominations, our judging and selection committee came together, and they are made up of some of our advisory board members and other community leaders, and they had a very hard task in choosing and selecting each and every one of you, but you're so well deserved, and we are so super excited to recognize you. So congratulations. Tonight, we recognize the 5 finalists in each category. We're going to invite each of you to the stage when your name is called, and we'd like for you to stand on the stage, and we're going to take a group picture. And then once that's finished, we would like to invite you to sit back down at your seats. And instead of, or in lieu of the winner giving an acceptance speech, we like to invite a person that is significant in the winner's life to come up and offer some remarks about who that person is. And it turns out to be very special and endearing, and we look forward to hearing from each one of our presenters tonight. So just a little bit of a sneak peek of who these women, who are you women? Like, what is this pool of 35 women made of? Well, these women we're recognizing this year, they range in their careers from a professor in anthropology, to a filmmaker, to a student of Russian and Central Asian studies, a protector of animals, a paramedic, and a woman who is inspiring us all to be more kind. We should feel lucky and proud that each one of these women are contributing to the growth and making a huge impact to the people and landscape of our Wilmington region. So, cheers. All right, are y'all ready for the awards? Today's headline on Wilma's daily email newsletter reads, "The Art of Success." And it features the first category that we're here to recognize tonight, which is the arts category. This group represents a wide range of talents who differ from different mediums to express themselves and to offer community creativity in the way that we live. The finalists this year include Christina Capra, who's a filmmaker. Please come to the stage. Sonia Cook, who's the owner and operator of Pinspiration. Sarah Hand, owner and educator, Kinder Music with Sarah, and Sarah's also a flutist with the Wilmington Symphony Orchestra. Melissa Shuford, owner and CEO of, I'm going to say this wrong, Function at the Junction. Function at the Junction. Welcome, Melissa. And Melissa Wilgus, the fine art photographer, and she has One Fine Photograms. You got this. Congratulations to the arts category finalist. Thank you. And to present, this year's winner in the arts category, we'd like to welcome to the stage Amy Grant.
Thank you, Maggie, and congratulations to all the arts finalists. You are truly inspiring. The Art Award for 2023 goes to a person who is outstanding in her constant learning, experimentation, invention, and persistence. I first saw her art after Hurricane Florence completely wiped out the space where she creates her art. After 8 months of waiting for her space to be inhabited again, she completely invented new artistic processes. And one way to try to describe her art is to quote some of her own words. And this person highlights imperfections and shows us how all of the flaws add to the character of the image. And if you haven't seen her art, to give you just the surface of what you might see, she combines lace, dead cicadas collected from the grass, antique glass slides of a family's pet opossum, and found objects from the ocean and the beach. And basically, she takes light and makes our world a better place with her invention and her images. So please join me in honoring Melissa Wilgus, the 2023 winner in the arts category. Thank you.
That's her bracelet.
Thank you very much to Amy Grant, of course, and to my husband for all of his support in my artistic endeavors, and my daughter for her creative encouragement as well, and my mom and dad also. Thank you. Bye.
Is that your daughter who's here? I was wondering whose daughter that was. Congratulations, daughter, of the award winner. That's awesome. I have the honor of announcing the finalists this year for the business category. And those finalists are Annalise Bard Andreas. Please come on the stage. Cassandra Barba with Cape Fear Solar. Pam Hardy with Duke Energy. Tristan Manley with Live Oak Bank. And Charity Tuttle with Be Mo Kind. And to announce this year's winner in the business category, I'm going to invite to the stage Jessica Beardsley.
Good evening, everybody. I am honored to announce the winner of tonight's business category. Let me first start off by saying congratulations to all 5 accomplished women nominated as finalists. I think you would agree that is no small feat in this big town. The recipient of tonight's award is a highly accomplished and respected leader who's authentic, passionate, and creates a lasting impression when you engage with her. She invests the time in people, really, to build deep, trusted, and genuine relationships. She leaves you feeling better about yourself than before you spent time with her. Now, how many of us couldn't use a little of that, right? And I know this firsthand, as I've had the privilege of being formally mentored, listened to, and guided by her for almost a year now through Wilma's formal mentorship program. I feel very blessed. And one of the things that she's taught me personally is to have confidence, know your value, and believe that you can accomplish, but more importantly, deserve to accomplish right, deserve to accomplish anything that you want in life by practicing these 3 things. Write this down. Positive self-talk, always. Hard work and courage. Those 3 things. Another piece of advice, she encourages me never to pass up a good opportunity, to basically be a yes woman. And one of the challenges she's helped me to overcome is my struggle with public speaking. Thank you. A little nervous. Because of her support, I was actually able to say yes instead of no to this wonderful opportunity tonight to honor her. And instead of fear, this is the thing that she's really taught me. Instead of worrying about yourself and how scared you are, focus on the benefit and success that will come to others from the words and the stories that you get to share. So stop worrying about you and focus on the positive impact that you're making. It's really that easy. It really is. She pays it forward by lending her time and talents, not only to me, but to several community organizations, including NC Project Lead, Beta Lambda Sigma Charitable Foundation, Good Shepherd, and Warm NC, just to name a few. She's a member of the Wilmington Rotary Club, along with several other local and national organizations. She supports women leaders. She's a Women to Watch advisory board member. One of her most notable achievements is being recognized as a 2022 Wilmington Biz 100 Connector. Yeah, it's pretty a big deal. This recognition is a testament to her exceptional networking skills and ability to unite people and resources really to achieve common goals in our community. But this is especially impressive as she and her family were new to the Cape Fear region. She had only been here 2 years when she won this award. That's pretty hard. Her hard work and courage is paid off when she took a step in faith, and she said yes, and she moved her family to accept a great opportunity and promotion to her current role as district manager at Duke Energy. Where she has dedicated nearly 27 years of her career. She's made, in the last 2 years, significant contributions to the Cape Fear community. One example of her leadership and advocacy was demonstrated when she secured a $25,000 grant from the Duke Energy Foundation to support the Cape Fear Community College Line Workers Program. She actually also serves on the advisory board there. Her gifts and talents continue to pay dividends as she intentionally, truly intentionally, engages the community from diverse walks of life, careers, industries, and skill sets to ignite a positive impact and change for all. So I'm going to wrap this up as she is a dedicated mom number 1, she loves her girls, friend, colleague, wife, mentor, leader, change maker, relationship builder, and master connector. Tonight, I am delighted to present this award to my friend and trusted mentor, Pam Hardy.
Do I want to say 30 seconds. I had no idea. I've spoken with Jessica. We've had our mentoring sessions. And I'm just, so Jessica is an example of why I do what I do. When we first started working together, she said, Pam, I want to be more confident. I want to learn how to cultivate my communication skills. This is what I want to do. So for you to stand here and allow me to pour into you and you see the manifestation that was inside of you all along, I am so proud of you. But thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you. Oh.
Congratulations, Pam. Okay, the next category that we are here to recognize the women in is education. And this year's finalists include a great group and a wide range of individuals with educational background that offer programs and lessons around our community that greatly impact us. And tonight we'd like to recognize Lauren Ann Cryan, owner of Seabreeze Horse Connection. Michaela Howell, Associate Professor of Anthropology at UNCW. Maria Rodriguez, she is the Director of Community Spanish Interpreter Program at Cape Fear Community College. Laura Roser, who's the Special Educator at New Hanover County Schools. She's also an advisor and schools liaison at Unified Champion Schools, as well as an outreach coordinator for Theater for All. And Alexia Shank, who's the Associate Director of College Access at Glow Academy. Congratulations, ladies. And to present this year's award winner in the education category is Stephanie Calder.
Good evening. My name is Stephanie Calder. I am the founding dean of the College of Humanities, Social Sciences, and the Arts at UNCW. Brand new to that role, but I'm a native of Wilmington, born and raised here, and after 30 years, I've returned home. And I can't tell you how humbled and proud I am to be here tonight amongst all of these just incredible women. So congratulations to all of the nominees, and thank you so much for all that you do. Now enough about me. It's my great honor to recognize an accomplished educator and a tireless advocate. The impacts of our recipients' commitment to social justice and racial and gender equity are felt both locally and around the world. As you can read about in the program, her teaching is interconnected with research and service, and her students are applying their learning in our community. Our honorees research focuses on how maternal psychosocial and biological stress associated with social status and identity impacts neonate outcomes and health disparity. How's that for an academic sentence? Bottom line, she is committed to improving health outcomes for mothers and infants. Her awards and accolades include the 2023 UNCW College of Arts and Sciences Teaching Excellence Award, the 2023 Equity Award from the New Hanover County Office of Diversity and Equity, and the YWCA Lower Cape Fear Women of Achievement Award for Education, just to name a few recent awards. She is both collaborative and empowering, bringing people together and making the world a more equitable and safer place. Like all of the other women seated before me, and as her nominators have quoted, she is a light in this world. And befitting to our UNCW motto, she really lifts others up as she soars. It's my great pleasure to present this year's Wilma Award for Education to UNCW Associate Professor of Anthropology, Dr. Michaela Howells. We gotta get a picture.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Up here you go.
Thank you.
You want to say something? Okay, grab this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for this honor. This room is filled with women who have mentored me, befriended me, grown me throughout this time that I've been in the New Hanover County region, and I'm so thankful to all of you. And I want to especially say thank you to my administration at UNCW that sees the value in both community collaboration, research, and service, and lets us grow as faculty and as scholars. This makes it so much easier to make a difference in this world. And across this room are multiple collaborators. You know who you are, whether you're part of the NAACP, whether you're part of the New Hanover County School District, whether you're part of the LGBT Center in town. You know who you are, and I appreciate you. Thank you for your work, and congratulations to everyone here tonight.
We're only halfway done. It's like a roller coaster of emotions already. All right, Pam? All right, so speaking of education, if you've been here before, you know that we at Wilma also think it's very important to invest in the next generation of leaders. And we also like at this event to bestow scholarships on our CFCC and UNCW students. And those students, because at the heart of it, Wilma is a publication in the magazine industry, and I come from a background of journalism and writing, so we like to support those students who are also pursuing this field in writing, whether it be book publishing, creative writing, magazines, or whatever it is that they choose to do. We want to be able to support them along the way. So I'm going to introduce the scholarship winners for this year's awards program, and when I read your bio, if you could come on up to stage so we can properly recognize all the work that you've been doing in school and how hard that must be, because it's been a hot minute since I've been there, but I remember it being a lot. First up from CFCC, we have Jocelyn Ford, who's currently finishing up her final year at CFCC. And she's pursuing a associate's degree in arts. She plans to attend UNCW to further her education in arts and English, and she has a love for all creative arts since she was young and began writing fan fiction at the age of 10. Also from CFCC, we have Haley Swaggart, who's currently attending her second semester at CFCC. Also plans to get an associate's degree in arts and apply to UNCW to attend their creative writing program. And once she graduates, she wants to pursue a career in either journalism or freelance writing. At UNCW, we have Kaylin Margaret, who's a senior, and she's majoring in creative writing with a minor in digital arts. Kaylin, in addition to working as co-writer on the comic book series Compact Risk, she's been the layout editor for the University Arts magazine Atlantis and advertising sales director for UNCW Student Media. And we also from UNCW have Tanya Zanostores, who graduated from UNCW in 2022 with a bachelor's degree in film studies and a minor in creative writing, returned to UNCW the fall of last year with a plan to earn her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in creative writing, so she can pursue a career as a fiction and nonfiction writer. She's worked as a production assistant on TV shows such as Welcome to Flatch and Tough Love. And she's a single mother who lives in Jacksonville and commutes to UNCW for classes. So how about for dedication? So congratulations to all of you and in your future endeavors, and we hope to see you back on the stage a couple years from now as the award winners. Next up, we have the finalists this year in the health category. So the finalists are Chelsea Kroom, who's program manager for the Coastal Horizons Rape Crisis Center. Alexis Hunter, who's community liaison for Wilmington Health. Jazelyn Hunter, who's the director of diversity, equity, and inclusion for Coastal Horizons, as well as a licensed clinical therapist for Journey to Healing. Amy Newberry, owner and founder of Pelvic Prescription Physical Therapy and Wellness. And Kelsey Sanders, who's a paramedic with Novant Brunswick ED and Pender EMS and Fire. Thank you for keeping us healthy. Announcing the winner for this year's health category winner, I would like to invite to the stage Susie Kearns.
Good evening. My foot's asleep. I am so honored. As Vicki said, my name is Susie Kearns, and I am absolutely honored to be here tonight, surrounded by all these amazing women from our community, representing Wilmington Health, and being able to present this year's Women to Watch Health Award this evening. I am absolutely thrilled to be able to announce this year's winner to one of the most deserving women that I know. This fantastic female is Wonder Woman at the very minimum, and will put any other superhero to shame with her endless positivity, unending love for her community, and unwavering commitment to Wilmington Health's mission of bringing low-cost, high-quality health care to our region. That's right. Upon joining Wilmington Health in the height of the pandemic, mind you, this amazing lady was absolutely instrumental to the organization and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines within our community. She has been absolutely essential to Wilmington Health's success of building lasting, successful relationships with area employers through the creation of Wilmington Health Direct Services. These services create and establish on-site clinics where employees can receive low-cost, high-quality health care right at their place of work. She has led and facilitated several Med Assist events along with our partners at Humana to provide free over-the-counter medications to over 3,000 area patients. She has done all of this and so much more while serving as a mentor in Wilma's mentoring program and wooing us all with her explosive smile, her charm, and unwavering can-do attitude. If you don't know who I'm talking about by now, Alexis Hunter, get up here and get your award, girl.
So many of you in here know me, and I'm rarely speechless, but I think I am now. So thank you for Wilmington Health for pulling off this surprise of Susie being here, and just for all of you for the support that you give women in this community is unparalleled, and this is an incredible, incredible honor. So thank you so much.
Congratulations, Alexis. The next category that we're here to recognize is the nonprofit category. So this group of women includes a talented pool of people that dedicate their lives to really helping others on a daily basis. And this year, the finalists in the nonprofit category include Quaylen Bowen, who's the Strategic Partnership Coordinator at Northside Food Co-op. Katie Tate, the Director of Foundation at Lower Cape Fear Life Care. Laurie Taylor, the Development Manager at the Carousel Child Advocacy Center. Meade Horton Van Pelt, the Executive Director from the Harrelson Center. And Jenna Worth, the Executive Director from Voyage. Woo! Congratulations, ladies. Thank you for all your hard work. And to announce and present this year's winner in the nonprofit category is Rob Condon.
I'm getting old. Good evening, everyone. My name's Rob Condon. I'm the founder and executive director of a youth science nonprofit called Young Scientist Academy. And as the sort of person running and putting all the blood, sweat, and tears behind that, community is very, very important to me. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that not only are volunteers and nonprofits the heart and soul of the community, but it takes an individual with very special qualities, character, instinct to lead a successful mission in anything we do. However, their efforts mostly go under the radar, but they are always there, making important choices and personal sacrifices, not just for the effort, but in their personal lives, for the betterment of the community. So you can probably tell from my accent, I'm from Boston. No. My Aussie Rules footy coach back home used to say that successful leaders are always doing the 1%ers to the best of their ability. It's easy to do 99% of the things well, but it's really the 1%ers that are the go-getters, the ones that make a difference in the world. And women really are at the forefront of that. Yes, mistakes are made along the way, but that extra 1% can mean the difference between someone having shelter or not, having a meal, being fed, getting their diploma, graduating from high school, or just generally being looked after. It's the difference between, in my opinion, being a good or a great leader. And I think you'll agree with me again that all 5 candidates for this award share all of these qualities, and I congratulate and thank you for all you do for the community. Thank you. There can only be one winner, though. And tonight's awardee is definitely a superstar and a worthy recipient. And I'd just like to share and take a brief moment to share some thoughts of her qualities. I've known this person for about 5 years, where our relationship has grown from a very casual introduction, a quick chat about science, to someone now that I greatly respect as a woman leader, a tremendous mentor, and definitely a role model for all, but especially for other women. No matter what the situation or circumstance, she has always been welcoming, accommodating, and supportive of me and my organisation and the kids that are running muck in the hallways. And I know that this generosity is shared across the community as a whole. In fact, in her position, she's actually in charge of 37 other nonprofits in the community, which is just absolutely magnificent. So whether it's striking up a discussion with an unknown person in distress, providing advice during one of my unannounced daily office visits, usually carrying a spilling cup of coffee or something like that, promoting collaboration and outreach at director meetings, advocating for everyone's mission, not just her own, and using her network to facilitate financial support and sponsorship for other organisations. She's always leading from the front. It's just tremendous to see, and an inspiration. She's also an excellent communicator, and I think one of the things that really impresses me and others in the community is just her willingness to speak openly, candidly, honestly, and to also have those challenging discussions to find common ground, which is often missing in today's society. And that's really, really impressive and a great quality of a great leader. And I can categorically say that my organisation would not be in the position it is now with her mentorship and guidance. And for that, I'll always be very grateful. So before I announce the winner, and I think the gig's probably already up, I just want to share something that speaks to her trust and actually relates to one of the first pieces of advice for me when I came to the Harrelson Centre, and it said, she told me, I'm not a scientist, I love science though, but don't blow anything up, especially the kids. That hasn't happened yet, but on a personal level, I'd like to thank her for putting up with everything that we've done, the kids. It's been a lot of fun, and it is my honor and pleasure to announce that the recipient of the Nonprofit Award for 2023 is, by initials, MVP, and also in action, Mead Van Pelt.
Thank you. Thank Dr. Rob. Okay, now I realize how absolutely sneaky everybody in the building is, including VIEW staff and partners here tonight. We were unequivocally told we were not supposed to speak, so I'm a leader, but I'm also a follower, but here I am because I followed the rest of them. But I just want to say something I said to a good friend recently who was injured, and I was like, your strength is my strength, and my strength is your strength. When you don't have it, I got it for you, and when I don't have it, you better have it for me.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Congratulations, Mead. I will say we do take quite pleasure in making them sneak around with you guys for 3 to 4 weeks and not knowing who it is. Next up is our public sector category. This is our category that recognizes those who work in police, fire, government, military. And so this year's finalists are Caress Clegg, until recently has been communications supervisor with the New Hanover County School System. Morgan King, who is a family and consumer science extension agent with the Cooperative Extension in New Hanover County. Kate Marshall, Animal Protective Services Officer with the City of Southport. Fawn Rhodes, who is a Health and Human Services Equity Coordinator with New Hanover County. And Kristen Williams, who is the program manager with the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office in their Elements Youth Violence Intervention Program. And to announce this year's category winner, I want to bring up to the stage Donna Faco.
Hello, ladies. What a great honor to be among you tonight. I have 2 grown daughters, and when they were growing up and we had lots of girls together, we used to yell, "Girl power!" I feel a lot of that here tonight. So the recipient that I wish to celebrate with you tonight is a woman who is creative, energetic, well-connected, and motivated to bring about positive change in our community and in our world. She uses her engaging personality to influence others. She builds coalitions by connecting her network of leaders to quickly negotiate and develop strategies to achieve desired outcomes. I have to use my glasses too, doctor. This woman has a true talent of exuding diplomacy in interactions with a broad range of people, respecting their differences while creating synergy around their commonalities. Let's talk about her problem solving. This woman analyzes information to discover root causes to any problem. She withholds judgment while focusing upon the issue. She researches topics to bring solid, vetted information forward for consideration. Some of her areas of focus include minority maternal morbidity and mortality, shining a light on the issue by coordinating listening sessions for birth parents with lived experience, and championing a call to action. Yes. She's enrolled in the Masters of Public Health program at UNC Chapel Hill. She brings her academic exposure to the workplace, generating ideas and sharing articles of best practice. She definitely thinks outside the box about ways to educate our community on cultural competence so that our awareness is enhanced and progress can be made to enhance our overall inclusivity. She thrives on being a change agent and considers and plans the impact of possible future changes. Some of her achievements: she coordinated a COVID drive-through event and a health summit, distributing a total of 15,000 COVID tests during the pandemic. She worked with faith and community leaders to host a pop-up Thanksgiving grocery store to provide opportunities for families to obtain a food supply for the holiday. She organized a supplemental nutrition summit, bringing together food pantries, faith, and nonprofit leaders to problem solve the unwinding of the public health emergency, preparing them to meet any gaps of food scarcity, especially for our elderly throughout this transition. She is sought out to participate at conferences, including the UNC Chapel Hill Language Access Cohort and the Eastern Regional Public Health Association of North Carolina. This woman has hosted 6 Equity Matters webinars on various topics, such as maternal health, leadership, homeless, street outreach, advocacy, and equity for gender identity. She has developed several trainings for her organization and New Hanover County, including Words Matter and Health Equity in the Workplace. She's hosted podcasts called New Hanover County Changemakers to highlight organizations and leaders across the county. Jointly with the City of Wilmington, she is creating the Health Equity Council to address broader issues within the community, to reach underserved populations and improve the plight of others. This woman was hired as the first equity coordinator for New Hanover County Health and Human Services in August of 2022 and has accomplished so much in such a short time. Her heart is full of love and compassion, making her a role model in the treatment and care of people. That's what makes Fawn Rhodes a woman to watch in 2023.
Yeah, y'all do an amazing job. I will always say, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O Lord, my Redeemer. Thank you to everyone. And that's all I got. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. One thing I will always remember, and I want you to always remember, that we all need each other to survive. We're each our own independent ecosystems, and that means that we evolve with each other. If something happens to me, it happens to you. Remember that we need each other to survive. That's what equity is that we need each other to survive. So thank you again. I appreciate you all.
Congratulations, Fawn. And congratulations to all the finalists. All right, so we're at our last category, and last but not least are our rising stars. Those women that are under the age of 30 this is the only category where we have a little bit of restrictions, so you have to be of a certain age. And so I want you all to know, after reading and knowing these women just a little bit, I feel comfort that our community is in really good hands with the next generation of leaders. So congratulations to each one of your the finalists tonight. All right, and to recognize them, first we have Alana Dale, who's the Assistant Director of Community Relations for the City of Southport. Emma Erickson, who's the Marketing and Engagement Manager at the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce. Caroline Gann is a Senior Analyst for Solar at Live Oak Bank. Leah Gillikin is an inpatient nurse navigator for Lower Cape Fear Life Care. And Ella King, who's at Early Bear Early College. She'll be graduating soon and attending Yale University and will be the class of 2028. Congratulations to all of you. And to present this year's winner in the Rising Star category is Dory Dutton.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so blessed to be here this evening. Energy is amazing. My name is Dory Dutton. I'm the Assistant City Manager for the City of Southport. I'm so proud that we have 2 nominees from the city. That was one reason that I was so excited to work for the city, because we had so many women that worked there also. So I will never forget meeting this recipient for the first time. She had just been hired with the city, and her department supervisor was taking her around to introduce her to all the staff. She was enthusiastic and fresh-faced. I could tell automatically that she was a force to be reckoned with. She is intrinsically motivated, intelligent, and most of all, she is very kind. She jumped into her role with a fresh set of eyes and a real desire to make not only the processes better, but the community. This young woman always has ideas about how to include more people and how to be more equitable. She is innovative and reliable. She is able to take on more responsibility, and while it might be overwhelming, she makes it look effortless. We worked together on a new event for the Winterfest, and I got to know her a little bit better. Then I had the privilege of being a part of Leadership Brunswick with this recipient. I was able to learn more about her background and her hobbies. I loved watching her interact with the other participants. She spoke about her role with such passion and pride, but she also engaged with each speaker or presenter to make them feel important. She has a way of making each person feel valued and heard. I am so proud to announce that Elena Dale is the recipient of the Rising Star Wilma Award.
Thank you so much. I came here tonight without anything prepared because I didn't think this was going to happen. But I just want to say that as I've sat here tonight and I have listened to each of the women who have come before me, I feel honored to be standing here with you, and I look forward to following in your footsteps. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations to all of you. That's a wrap for the 2023 Women to Watch Awards. Each one of you make a mark in our community every single day, and don't forget that. And we at Wilma are here for you, to support you, to be a resource, and just be there to do whatever we can. So I am going to make a couple of closing announcements. The buffets will be open outside of the ballroom here. We've got DJ Cam over here who's gonna get going with the music, so we'll have the dance floor. The chairs will be removed, and we can celebrate one another tonight. So we hope you'll stick around, have some great food, celebrate dancing, and just really, this night is for you all. So just take ownership on it, like you do with everything else. And if all of the winners, if we could all congregate over in front of the Wilma Step and Repeat here to the left of the stage, we'd like to take a group picture. But thank you all for coming out. I hope you'll stay and enjoy the celebration, and we'll see you next year.